Have you ever noticed a burnout light bulb at school and wondered whose job it was to fix or change it? Is it a custodian or a student who uses the room? Everyone is busy when they see the dark light and don't even notice it. Most who see it think that it's someone else's job to report it or assume that someone already has. Meanwhile, while the light stays burned out, the same thing is happening in our public land. Some people are paying attention, but not enough. We need to all get involved to do something and help save our public use lands, and so everyone can enjoy them. I'm going to give my opinion and my views on this controversial subject. I'm also going to touch on the supporters and the facts about the group that is shutting down our public lands. If we continue to lose our public lands for whatever reason, that will cause a greater concentration of use on the remaining lands. From the road, the landscape looks so open and inviting. After studying a map, you will see how off limits some things really are. Regardless of how wilderness is painted, the bottom line is it's restricted. Should we really put up with the continued restrictions on public lands? Others think that land use is too much of a pain, so they don't buy snowmobiles or any type of recreational vehicle. And that's exactly what the Winter Wildland Alliance is hoping for. No one has yet to be so bold as to put a no trespassing sign in wilderness areas. Land use issues come under various labels, from wilderness to roadless to wilderness study areas, or anything to do with keeping the public off of public land. Our outdoor recreational lists, assuming someone else is taking care of our right to recreate on public land. Public lands are under attack from many outside groups. The Winter Wildlands Alliance exists to spin the truth about snowmobiling and is headquartered in Boise, Idaho. They describe themselves as a national human-powered sports group to promote access for backcountry and cross-country skiing. The WWA wants to amend the 2005 travel rule to include snowmobiles. The 2005 travel rule is what is used to restrict all off-road vehicles, anything with a motor and wheels, to designated trails and eliminate the cross-country travel. The petition was signed by about 90 of its friends. Others who signed it might surprise you, since they sometimes pretend to support multiple uses on public land. The WWA wants the Forest Service to do a winter travel plans to decide what areas should be open and closed to snowmobiling, just as they have done for summer recreations. The American Council of Snowmobile Associations and local snowmobile clubs have worked hard on positive relationships with the Forest Service to promote snowmobiling. The ACSA provides you great resources to help defending against snowmobiling threats. The ACSA and state associations support the 2005 trail rule and work hard so nothing changes it. Over 85,000 full-time jobs are generated from the snowmobiling industry. There are over 3,000 snowmobile clubs worldwide and involve the trail grooming and charity fundraising and family activities. The majority of Americans favor snowmobile access to national parks. Nearly 8 out of 10 Americans believe snowmobiles should be allowed in national parks. Only 11% support the Park Service and Service's recent decisions to ban snowmobiles from the park. This, according to the SWI research, the use of the snowmobiles in national park is controlled, organized, and regulated by federal law enforcement. The snowmobiling occurs only on roads groomed and marked for snowmobiling, the same roads used by recreational vehicles, cars, trucks, and buses. Snowmobiles are not used as off-road vehicles in national parks such as Yellowstone, Rocky Mountain, and Grand Teton parks on national forest land. Most of the trails used by the snowmobiles are groomed roads used by summer recreationists. These roads are also groomed and marked by volunteers who work closely with the local U.S. Forest Service in maintaining and managing those areas closer. We need to keep watch and get involved so that the requests to close public access are not granted to these groups. If you don't already support the ASCA and state snowmobiling associations, you should because they work hard for your access regardless of whether or not you're a member. And since they are working hard for your continued snowmobile access, supporting them through memberships and donations is the best investment you can make for your future snowmobiling access. If nothing else, every snowmobiler should be engaged in protecting public lands for outdoor use. There's absolutely no excuse for being engaged in the debate. If we do not get involved, eventually it will be lights out for all of us who like to recreate on public lands. Always ride smart, be safe, and never take your snowmobiling access for granted.